Welcome back to Educator.com's English Grammar course. This lesson is on interjections. Let's get started. All right, we're going to begin with an overview. First, we're going to learn what an interjection is and how they work. We're going to learn how to punctuate interjections, which is really the hardest part. And then we're going to learn how to use interjections correctly in a sentence, or, since they're interjections, sometimes as a sentence. All right, to begin with, what is an interjection? Interjections are short outbursts used to express emotions. They're kind of the crazy uncles of grammar. They make sudden loud noises. Interjections may be used in a larger sentence, usually at the beginning, we'll get to that, or they may stand alone as sentences in their own right. So we have, hey, ouch, yikes, and oh. Okay, to begin with, here's how to punctuate interjections. When interjections stand alone as sentences, they are almost always followed by an exclamation point. The crazy uncles of punctuation. So, hey, there's our exclamation point. Ouch, there's our exclamation point. When interjections are used at the beginning of a sentence, they are often followed by a comma, and then the rest of the sentence punctuated and capitalized as normal. So, hey, there's our comma, that's my sandwich. Ouch, that hurts. Now, here's one thing you need to know about the punctuation of interjections. In works written up to the early 20th century, and of course before, interjections were sometimes used at the beginning of a sentence or even in the middle, followed by an exclamation point, and then the rest of the sentence as normal. You'd have the exclamation point sitting in the middle of the sentence. It looks really strange to modern audiences. This kind of punctuation for interjections isn't used anymore, but you will still find it in classic literature. So, let's say you're reading some Shakespeare, you're reading Henry V, and you start at the beginning and you find, "Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the brightest heaven of invention, a kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene." That "oh" and that exclamation point is not a typo, nor is the lowercase f on "for." That's how interjections were punctuated in English prior to the mid to late 20th century. So if you run into that, don't freak out, it's supposed to be there. Common interjections, although almost anything can be an interjection if you use it right. Oh, hey, ouch, look out, wow, watch out, unbelievable, and stop. Notice that some of these are actually grammatical sentences in their own right. Stop is an imperative verb. It's a command. You can have a one-word sentence, stop, and it's both a complete sentence and an interjection. See if you can find the interjections in these sentences. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, what are you doing? Wow, that's amazing. Yikes, look at the size of that spider. Gee, that's a big cloud. Holy cow, where did that thunderstorm come from? And yes, I got into Harvard. And there are your interjections, which you will notice are all at the beginning of sentences. Oh, I'm sorry, there's our comma. Hey, there's our comma. What are you doing? Wow! Exclamation point. That's amazing. Yikes! Exclamation point. Look at the size of that spider. Gee, that's a big cloud. There's our comma. Holy cow! Exclamation point. Where did that thunderstorm come from? And yes! Exclamation point. I got into Harvard. Notice that these are all used to express intense emotion. Okay, here's how to use interjections correctly. First and foremost, always choose the right interjection for your context. They may be the crazy uncles of grammar, but they do different things. You don't use ouch, for example, when you're not in pain. Second, follow your interjection with either an exclamation point or a comma and the rest of a sentence. Now here's the thing. Curse words can be interjections too. Okay, just about anything that you can yell can be an interjection, and that includes cussing. But we recommend that you use profanity as little as possible in your writing, as it is considered a mark of poor education or limited vocabulary. It also offends some readers, so usually it's just not worth it. Finally, and most importantly, use interjections sparingly. Too many interjections can break up the flow of your writing. With interjections, a little goes a long way. See if you can figure out which interjections might go in these sentences. One might go before, "That's a big cake." What would you say before, "I locked my keys in my car"? Or, really? Or, what do you think you're doing? That bus almost hit you. And how I hate to get up in the morning. Well, you can use a lot of interjections in these contexts, but these are the ones that I've chosen. Wow, that's a big cake, an expression of amazement. Nuts, an expression of frustration. I locked my keys in my car. Oh, really? Hey, what do you think you're doing? Okay, watch out, which is a warning. That bus almost hit you. You'd want to warn someone if they were almost hit by a bus. And oh, an intensifier. How I hate to get up in the morning. We've all felt like that. Now here's the fun part with interjections. We actually have interjections that are specific to certain dialects, certain types of characters in popular culture. If you hear these interjections, you pretty much know who's talking with one word. So, see if you can figure out who says it. Avast, gadzooks, cowabunga, hallelujah, and yeehaw. That's right, avast is pretty much always used for pirates. Gadzooks is commonly associated with William Shakespeare and earlier forms of English. Cowabunga is part of American surfer slang. Hallelujah is a word out of the Bible and usually used in religious contexts, especially Christian. And yeehaw is cowboy. See if you can find the interjections in these sentences. Stop, that's my purse. Bad dog, put that shoe down right now. Help, I can't swim. Oh, is this your brother? Hey, how's it going? I've been waiting for, about an hour. And fie, a pox upon thee. See if you can find the interjections. And there they are, almost all of them at the beginning of sentences. Stop, that's my purse. Bad dog, put that shoe down. Help, I can't swim. Oh, is this your brother? Hey, how's it going? I've been waiting for, about an hour. And fie, a pox upon thee. Now, take a good look at O real quick. You can use interjections in the middle of a sentence, especially O, as an intensifier or to stretch things out. If you're emphasizing how long you've been waiting, I've been waiting for, about an hour. They can also be used to give you time to think. However, you want to do this sparingly as it does break up the pace of your sentences. And that's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching Educator.com.